Thanks to the upcoming Shanghai update in March, Ethereum staking has been the hottest talk of crypto town lately. The LSD narrative, short for liquid staking derivatives, is heating up. Everybody and their aunt have their eyes on Rocket Pool, and Lido just overtook MakerDAO as the largest DeFi protocol. So what comes after the merge? Well, loads. So let's get to it. First things first, the Shanghai upgrade. This is the next major upgrade right after the merge in September last year. With this, all the precious ETH that you've staked over the years can finally be withdrawn. Okay, so to refresh your understanding, the merge in September merged the Beacon chain into the existing Ethereum chain, turning Ethereum from a proof of work chain to proof of stake. Users have been staking ETH since December 2020 in the Beacon chain to help secure the chain in exchange for rewards. But it's not until the Shanghai upgrade that all these can be claimed. Because of this, the entire crypto community is speculating that liquid staking services like Lido and Rocket Pool will take off after the upgrade. Hence, the addiction with LSDs lately.
Oh, I get it.
And it's not just ETH withdrawals. In fact, many other upgrades are packaged along with Shanghai too. One of the other major upgrades is EOF, which stands for EVM Object Format. This will be the first ever upgrade to how the Ethereum virtual machine works since its inception in 2015. EOF consists of 5 EIPs, and together, all these improvements will entirely change how Ethereum works, making EVM execution more efficient and more easily upgradable. However, recently, the developers have announced that EOF will be delayed and instead shipped 3 to 4 months later in the summer, which has invited some pretty spicy comments. So aside from Shanghai and EOF, what else can we look forward to? Remember last year when Vitalik commented that after the merge, Ethereum would still only be 55% completed.
Ethereum can go up to being 55% complete after the merge.
According to him, we can expect more upgrades to come to the network.
So we're getting close.
Specifically, all the urges. The Surge, Verge, Scourge, Purge, and Splurge. So, with the Surge, sharding will finally be brought to Ethereum sometime later this year, and this is when you can actually expect improvements to the network scalability, gas costs, and transaction speeds. The Verge, on the other hand, is an upgrade aimed at optimizing storage on Ethereum and reducing node size. Ultimately, this will also help make Ethereum more scalable. The Purge is exactly as it sounds like, except instead of purging humanity by legalizing all crimes, this will help purge and cut down the amount of space required to store ETH on a hard drive, which will help free up space for developers. The Scourge is aimed at providing censorship resistance, as well as avoiding centralization and other risks arising from one of the biggest problems of Ethereum, MEV. MEV, which stands for Maximal Extractable Value, refers to the value that validators can obtain from changing the sequence of transactions inside the blocks, and that includes front-running your transactions. The Scourge will help ensure transactions remain neutral and that they do not discriminate for or against anyone. The Scourge was a more recent addition to the roadmap as a response to the controversial Tornado Cash sanctions by the OFAC, which spurred the concern and discussion around protocol-level censorship as the number of OFAC-compliant validators went on the rise. And lastly, there's the Splurge, the fun brother out of the four, which will include all the miscellaneous innovations to make Ethereum better. With all of these upgrades, Vitalik says that Ethereum will be able to process 100,000 transactions per second. As of now, there's no concrete schedule for these upgrades yet, but we can expect completion by around 2025. So, which of these upgrades do you look forward to the most, and are you high on LSDs too? Well, to recap or learn more about Ethereum upgrades, you can also check out our earlier video on it right here.